Hello and welcome back to another video. Just want to give you guys a quick heads up before we start. This was actually recorded 4 or 5 months ago during the summer. I wasn't sure if I wanted to upload it just because it didn't seem like a full video, but I figured, you know what, somebody out there might benefit from this. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's trying to look up some aftermarket exhaust for these cars and not really coming up with a lot of options. So I decided, you know what, let's cut the mufflers off, let's see what it sounds like. Worst case, I could always buy something later. And yeah, you'll see how it sounds, and maybe you'll be able to do it yourself, and maybe you'll hate it and you want to get an aftermarket exhaust. But yeah, enough of me yapping, and let's get to the video. All right, so these are the stock mufflers. So my plan is to basically just cut from right here where the muffler starts and over here where this muffler starts, and technically it's just an open pipe into here, which is weird. I didn't know that. I thought it actually went into the tip. We're gonna try to cut it right here. Give us the most. It looks like it kind of opens up a little bit right here too, so we can kind of slip my 2.5 in there, hopefully. All right, let's cut it. There's that. Nice little clean cut. Oh, I should remove. So on this side, you'll have your little exhaust hanger. But before that, let me cut this side now. Alright, so I got one muffler off. Honestly, the hardest part so far is getting those exhaust hangers to release the muffler itself. It's just a tight space, and if you don't have like a muffler bushing, muffler hanger bushing removal tool, it makes it very difficult. But if you get like a pry bar and then get something to wedge underneath it. Alright, almost there. Got it like like literally right there. I've been using my ball joint remover tool and then putting that there, and then getting another like pry bar or a long flathead and kind of wedging it and just trying to. And this is gonna be way easier with a tool that is specific for this, but we're almost there. I think I just need to like pull it off from here and try to like wedge it out from this area. Let's try. There we go. All right. All right. That one's off. Again, I think that was the hardest part of this whole thing so far. So what I'm gonna do, I have this leftover pipe from my dad's Corvette when we cut his stock pipes, and it's kind of crazy because this is almost the exact angle that I'm going to need to get it to line up with the factory exhaust exit on the bumper on this side. So I got to cut this, and then on the other side it's a sharper angle, and that actually works fairly well with this side. So it is going to come up short, so I'm going to see if I can cut from here and then just use that to get to about the factory location, because the factory location is really further into the bumper. This is a good like 8 inches back, so it should pretty much line up close to where it was before. Alright, so I cut that piece off of the longer stock exhaust. Cut it at the angle that I think it'll be where it lines up. So I think I got pretty close, because from here it should come close to the lining up with the bumper here. And this is exactly where I want it, so that works out perfect. Alright, so I had to make a little parts run, just because fortunately the exhaust pipe that I thought was stainless was actually aluminum, so it would not weld. So I grabbed some 2.5 by 18, so same length as the other one. I did get an extra one because this right here is 45 or 90, sorry, and I kind of wanted to, I was able to drive it with it like this, and I think I might want to remove the resonator, which is there's 2 of them on this. The first one's right there, and if you look, it's kind of awkward. It's not a straight pipe through, it's like off-centered from each other. So I'm going to use the 45 hopefully, or 90, and make 2 45s and hopefully get a straight through on that one too. I'm going to wait for the car to cool down a little bit, and then we can get back. And since I already have the measurements from before, I'm going to just do the same thing and cut one at like about 10 inches and the other one will be about 8. Alright, so I got my 2 pieces. We'll go fit them up really quick. Alright guys, I got my little weld job and it looks like complete shit. But you know what, it'll hold. Luckily there's not a lot of weight to the end of this. I don't even know if you guys can see it. But yeah, anyways, this is ready. I'm gonna probably throw some paint on it and call it and put it on the car now. So I have the pipe in approximately the area that I want it, and if you look, I did make it a little bit higher so that way it has space to sag, because it will sag a little bit. So I got it at the highest that I possibly want it to be at, and I know that it'll come down just a tad bit, so I just don't want it hitting the actual housing here and making noise. So that looks about right. And I'm just gonna tack one side and then we'll tack the other side here. Alright, so she is now tacked in place. I tacked on this side and the other side, and the space that I made is perfect. I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe through here. Yep, so it's the right dead middle, dead center. So now I'm just gonna weld that up, and one side's done. Again, don't mind my crappy welds. I'm a noob. Alright guys, so what I decided to do is just tack everything up. If you look, there is a big gap, so I was having a hard time welding that. Same here, it's not as bad, but what I did is there's actually just a T-bolt 16 millimeter, and I just removed it from there, so axle back. So now I can just weld it off the car, since I tacked it on this side and got almost done on this side. And then I can throw a coat of like black paint or something, just so that's not so hide that crap. Anyways, I'm gonna finish this up and then put it back on the car. All right, it is all done. I don't even want to say it's welded up because it just looks so bad, but you know what? It'll do for now. All right, time to bolt this up, and then yeah, we'll hear what it sounds like. All right guys, so I don't know if you can see, but pipes are on, or the axle back now is on. Got that T-bolt clamp on, and yeah, I mean, besides the welds, doesn't look half bad. For free. Well, technically it was like 20 bucks for the pipe, but yeah, let's see what she sounds like. Okay, so really quick, just so you guys can see, this is the other, there's two big resignators. I will be removing this one. It's just, I'm not gonna do it in this video because I'm pretty much done for the day, but it does sound a lot better with that cut off. But just so you guys can hear what it sounds like without the mufflers, I'm going to start it with that, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to start it up. It is cold, so I'm going to back it off the ramps, and then once it's warmed up, we'll get a proper sound clip of me revving it. Alright, so as you can tell, it's still a lot quieter than I'd really want it to be, but definitely you'll notice a difference once we remove that resignator. So alright, pause. There's no way I can end that video with that schmutz on my nose. That's embarrassing. So I want to close off. I want to stop looking at me. So I want to close this video off right. I didn't even get to do any in-car footage of the sound of the exhaust, so I'm gonna head out really quick so we can hear what it sounds like in car, and maybe try to do it without the windows up, so that way maybe I can hear it from there. But it does sound pretty good. It's not obnoxious. It's not anything where you know, if it's your daily and you like a quiet ride, maybe it's not for you because it is a little bit louder than stock. But yeah, so we'll jump in the car and hear what it sounds like while we're driving. Alright, so usually I have music when I'm driving, but that way you guys can obviously hear what it sounds like. But if you look, low RPM, you wouldn't really notice too much. Don't mind the car, it's really dirty and nasty. But yeah, so just like cruising like this in the neighborhood, it's not super obnoxious. Sounds pretty good. Maybe I can open up the windows behind me so that way you guys can hear a little bit more and there's no wind noise. I do want to change it to Sport Plus so that way we get the full effect. Alright, here we go. Oh, there's a car coming. Couldn't see with that trailer there. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear. I mean, it sounds good in car. It's not loud at all. You can even hear a little bit of a blurb when it shifted. Alright guys, so hopefully you enjoyed the in-car footage. I'm not sure how well it's going to sound on video because it is still fairly quiet. So do I mod it even more and get rid of one of the resignators, the one of two left? Maybe. If I do, I'll post it on this channel for sure. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.